The football season's now in full swing, which means it must also be time for this year's edition of EA's fully licensed FIFA series. While it's an opportunity to bring in the current season's team rosters, shirt sponsors and haircuts, having a title that's updated year after year after year means that after a while, no matter how many little tweaks and improvements are made, it's still going to leave you with a familiar, been there, done that feeling. Initially, FIFA 09 seems to be pretty much the same game as it was for 08.
Hi Mark, good to be here, looking forward to this.
Hold on a minute though. EA's Canadian development team claims to have made about 250 enhancements for this year's kickabout. Most of these must be ever so subtle. You may never actually notice them. But there are also a number of clear advances that push the franchise that little bit closer to football perfection.
Very good individual.
The first thing you'll notice is the game assesses your ability the first time you load it up, which seems to be a common feature for EA Sports titles this year. It'll scan for the achievements you made in FIFA 08 and adjust the difficulty accordingly. Or if you didn't play the last one, it'll ask you to choose your skill level based on your previous footballing experience. Understandably, there's no specific option for people who've played masses of Pro Evo, but you'll still get to choose a PES-style button layout if that's what you prefer. Having chosen the team you support and noting which sides have been promoted or relegated, the next question is if you'd like to sign up for a new service called Live Season. Now, this is a clever thing. The 6 biggest leagues in the world, from England, France, Italy, Germany, Spain and Mexico, will be constantly scrutinised, with players rated for their performances every week. That week's ratings are then downloaded and applied to the in-game players, adjusting their form accordingly for kick-off, online quick-ranked and interactive league matches. If they're playing well in real life, they'll be good in the game. But if they're playing badly, they'll suck here too. You get to choose one league's weekly stat downloads for free this season. After that, you'll have to pay for the service. Despite the charge, we can see this becoming a really popular feature. One area that's been substantially overhauled is the general responsiveness of the gameplay. Player animations have been adjusted so that the actions you control react more directly to what you're doing with the controller and what's happening on the pitch around them. Physical attributes have also been made more realistic, and now you'll see a clearer difference between smaller, more nimble players and their heavier, stronger counterparts. Fast feet can sidestep tackles better, but less weighty players are easier to jostle off the ball. The position of a player's feet will also affect the outcome of a tackle. The game can now distinguish if their legs are rooted to the pitch or if they're running. So, at the point a tackle makes contact, they'll either stand their ground or go down like a sack of spuds. AI improvements cover off-the-ball movement and positioning, while goalkeepers have been made smarter with the ability to change their mind mid-dive once they realise they've made a mistake.
Hello once again, I'm Martin Tyler and this is Old Trafford.
Be a Pro mode, one of the big introductions to the 08 edition, has seen significant expansion this time.
They've set the ball rolling here.
Rather than just being able to play one-off matches where you control a single player of your choice, you can now be that pro over the course of 4 full seasons. Your performances are rated after each match, and you can spend the skill points you're awarded on improving their abilities. Before a match, you can choose to switch to the standard control-them-all type of play if you like. The biggest advance here, though, is the 10 vs 10 Be a Pro online mode, where each team consists of 10 gamers, each controlling one player on the pitch. This is surely the most simulation-like mode ever seen in a football game, but to work well it will require levels of discipline and organisation that are rarely seen in the online arena. With a well-trained group, this mode will be brilliant, but imagine 9 mates verbally abusing you through the headset for missing an open goal or giving away a vital penalty. Gutted.
It's a penalty. Reaching for it. You can't do that.
Not anymore, you can't. That's a pure tackle.
FIFA 09's improvements are a definite case of the sum of the parts combining to make an impressive whole. FIFA still has loads more clever features than you'll find in its only real competitor, Pro Evolution Soccer. But for many, that still won't be enough to make them switch sides. This is clearly the best in the series so far, but we'll have to wait and see what the new PES game has to offer before we can decide for certain which football game takes the trophy this season. This time, though, it's certainly got its work cut out. We give it 8.5.
That's a pretty good combination.